Mr. Superintendent, would you like to introduce Mr. Studier?
I would like to do that. And this evening, we are so fortunate to have another partner. And in fact, that partner helped to host, along with Krista Bowers, our own administrator, to help to create partnerships in the district and special events. They hosted an event this year at the Center of Science and Industry that was featured in a video that we sent to the board earlier this week. But I'm not going to steal his thunder. He's been a friend of Columbus City Schools for many years, has been a champion of the Service Above Self program for our middle school and our high school students that results in many receiving scholarships and a lovely banquet where those are given to the individuals. But it's my pleasure to invite Rick Studier from Columbus Rotary to the podium. Rick.
President Baker, Vice President Cole, and members of the board. And at this point, let's have the entire audience and everybody come up and form a... No. I appreciate the chance to just have a couple of minutes to do a quick update on the program. For the folks behind me, the Service Above Self project started in 2003. It's a partnership between Columbus Rotary Club and the Columbus City Schools. And what it boils down to is teams of students from all of the high schools and teams of students from all the middle schools come up with and execute community service projects. And then what we do is coordinate that through the year, bring resources to bear and support. And then at the end of the year, as Dr. Good said, we have a fair for the middle schoolers and a separate fair for the high schoolers, bring them together with their projects so that they can interact with one another, so Rotarians and community leaders can interact with them and reinforce what they've done, and then and celebrate. And the kids get a free lunch, and it just doesn't get any better than that. This banner, I just want to call attention to that. It was signed by, we hope, all of the students who participated in the fair at COSI on May 2nd. It was just a delightful event. For the board members, you have a packet that I gave you, and you know, I never read to intelligent people. I invite you to go through that. Basically, and apart for the audience, there's three purposes. It's to inform, just to remind you of what this project is and its scope and who's involved. 21 high schools, 25 middle schools participated. I thought J.C. Benton had a great idea of sending you the videos ahead of time, because in keeping with keeping this short. But I hope you were able to see it or will. And if you have any questions, certainly let me know. We're still in the process of editing those, but they really help, I think, give you a visual of what's going on. Let's see. You know, the Columbus City Schools mission talks about leadership and service. And I've read it a number of times, but it just struck me as I was getting ready for this, how in line and in sync your mission and Rotary's mission and this project comes together. I just had to share that, because I don't think that's typical of many school districts, but it is here, and it's not just words on paper. You live it out, you do it, and we're just pleased as a Rotary Club to be able to help with that. At the bottom of the first page, I just made myself think of at least a partial list of the skills that kids learn and enhance by doing community service. I would call those out to you, and nobody knows this better than the teachers and the career and community resource coordinators who work with the kids every day on these projects. So they're giving, they're having impact on their community and other places that their projects are serving. At the same time, they are gaining tremendous experiences that, coupled with their academic experiences, should be life enhancing for sure. The next area is acknowledgement. I just can't go through all the folks to thank, but obviously you board members and the administration and all the faculty and teachers are just essential in this partnership. I also enclosed, just for the heck of it, a chart that shows the 44, I think, Rotarians who made up the teams that visited all the high schools and met with all the project teams and heard presentations from them, just as a symbol of Rotary's commitment. It's way beyond just me, obviously. So want to note that. Going forward together, it says what it all boils down to is we can just keep this thing growing. We can make it broader. We can make it deeper. Let's just continue to do it, huh? Let's just do it. Do I have another moment, President Baker? I think maybe the audience might appreciate, and I'll have to read this one. One of our Rotarians who attended both of the fairs and got very involved with the students about their project, he sent this email to all the Rotarians after the high school fair. I was sitting with several kids and a couple of principals and teachers, and they were all so impressed and were clearly in what I would call a state of grateful amazement. It all made me so proud to be a Rotarian. So I say to those who have yet to jump into this Student Service Above Self project, you will feel that, but the real overwhelming emotion that will hit you comes from the kids. To get to see what is happening in their lives, to see so many bright, caring, and just plain wonderful young people volunteering, often with great courage, to address the very real and very scary problems in their world will humble you. It will shake you up. But it will also give you real hope for the future. And, as we all know, we have a lot of very troubling cultural trends that need to be reversed. This project supports them in doing something positive about these issues. Working with this project, you get a front row seat to a huge display of truly inspiring and uplifting efforts being made by so many students who are making a real, important, and lasting difference in their community. I encourage you to join in next year, fall in love with these kids, see what they do, see how passionate and caring they are, and I'll bet you can't do it without shedding a tear at the end. I'd be silly to say any more than that. Questions, comments?
Thank you very much. And are there any questions or comments? Mr. Brown?
Rick, just wanted to say
sir.
thank you. I'm familiar with the work that you do. I'm familiar with the work of Rotary over decades. And it's really great to see so many of your members, so many of our local business people in the community that use this opportunity to get involved with kids. There are so many benefits that result from that. It's really gratifying, and I know. In fact, I spoke about this 35, 40 years ago when dealing with Rotary in our local community where I served on the board. It's not entirely altruistic. It's not just about giving, because those business people that participate get something out of it. They feel fulfilled. And the kids, obviously, in doing their service projects, also learn a great deal, get mentored in lots of very good ways, and learn as well. So their doing service teaches not only service, but so much more. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And that's a quick opportunity to say, I want you to know that within Rotary, we have, just within the last month, set some things in motion to explore how Rotary can go beyond, well, actually supplement this project by being even more intentional at working with the school system on providing internships, job shadowing, mentoring. So Dr. Good and his staff and others will hear more about that as over the next couple of months as we coalesce those ideas. But our club is so committed to helping the kids in this district that it just seemed like a natural kind of impetus from this project that's been in place for so long now. We think we can really help make some additional impact in those areas.
Mr. Vice President?
Thank you, Mr. President. I, too, just want to follow an expression of my gratitude for this partnership. There was an article I read some time ago by a gentleman named Peter Singay. He talked about triple bottom line. He talked about the idea that business has not only a relationship to a customer and their own bottom line financially, but also an improvement of the environment. Your relationship with us represents all of those three things. I think that you have helped to expand the idea of what social studies is in public education. More traditionally, people look at social studies as something that teaches history, but you are helping kids make history. You even did that with my own child, who participated as a student at Columbus North International for the last 2 years in service above self. You're giving them the opportunity to learn about civic engagement and the tenets of leadership. So I thank you so much for that. I thank you for what that has even meant to the life of my own child.
Thank you. I would only argue with your use of the you pronoun. It really is a we thing, as you well know.
All right, so Ms. Gibbs.
And just one more echo of thanks for all of the opportunities you provide to the middle and high school students, and in particular, the thousands of dollars of scholarships that have enabled our students to attend college and make it more affordable. They range in size, but they are notable. And they have helped many of our students not just go, but stay in college by providing them that critical financial support that they need to pursue the attainment of a college degree or whatever their post-secondary work was. And so it's not just a great fair, but it is also an opportunity for those students to earn those valuable dollars. And we know that comes from a lot of work from your team, the Rotary team. And so to all the Rotarians, we are thankful that it's just not an activity, but it actually has some very tangible benefits to those who rise to the top. And I've known many of the scholars, and they are all doing well. Many are now postgraduate and are now in graduate studies. And so we thank you for providing that additional benefit for those students.
We're trying very hard to follow up with those students. It's a difficult thing, but it's nice to hear the affirmation that, and our scholarship committee does get some feedback that of how those kids are progressing through their education and onward. On the video, did you see the heads of the audience react when the $25,000 scholarship was announced? Like 25.
Say it one more time. $25,000, and that's a round of applause. Give it up for a lot of money. For those students. Thank you.
You're quite welcome. And Dr. Good's the most lovable kids. Did you see that part in the video? And then they flashed to the young lady, one of the students in the audience. He said, our Columbus City School kids are the most lovable kids in Ohio. Flashed to the audience. You see the young lady, student goes, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Well, Mr. Studer, on behalf of the board, thank you, and please offer our thanks and gratitude to the 300-plus members of Columbus Rotary. For over 100 years, Columbus Rotary has been providing service to this community, and for that, we are very grateful.
In turn, grateful to you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. And I should also mention that Mr. Studer is serving on our levy millage committee this year, so thank you for that as well. Mr. Superintendent?
Thank you, President Baker, and indeed, Rick, I hate to trouble you, but I would like to ask you to come to the podium once again, but this time bring Krista Bauer with you. And the reason I want to give you my lapel pin is because I truly believe you are the model of service above self. Not only is he the project coordinator for Service Above Self, but he also has supported our Superintendent Student Ambassadors program this year, attending meetings. He serves on the millage committee, as President Baker indicated, and assisted with the Partnership Summit. And I think, again, your model of servitude is just an incredible inspiration to our students. So I know it's a used pin, but it's the only one I have. So I'm going to let Krista pin you.
Very much. Your applause is also for Krista Bauer, who I single her out so much, and I think she gets mad at me, so I didn't do it this time, but now here we are. She's just the most excellent partner possible and what a phenomenal representative of the district. We deal with a lot of logistics and a lot of stuff. I mean, the fairs are a culmination of stuff that goes on in the trenches throughout the year, and it just wouldn't be the same without Krista.
Thank you very much. Thank you.